Welcome to Abracadabra TV. The magic is here.
Greetings, everybody. Happy New Year. So good to be here with you all today, across the globe. What a beautiful thing we get to do this together. Thank you to Vivi for having me again and the whole Abracadabra team and crew. Happy New Year to all of you, and thank you, to everyone who's here, for the team who helped put this on. To all of you out there in the world, we're gonna move our bodies this morning, meditate together, set a good intent for this important year coming up, 2021, and not only set an intent, but let's also, build the inner energy, the sense of magnetism that really allows us to feel that we can actually accomplish what it is our intention is set towards. We can really move in that direction with good energy, positive energy, clarity, wisdom, vitality. These are all the things that I find life is asking us to cultivate right now. Always that's the case, but right now, even more than ever. Really, really grateful that this New Year's event is raising awareness and hopefully resources for Save Our Stages, a really important nonprofit, something that, if we can, let's please support. For me personally, it's something I feel, a special connection to. For number one, live music is such an important part of my life, and probably the one thing I miss most dearly, this year that we've had so far, and hopefully we're gonna have a lot more of it really soon. But also my wife, Simrat, her music you'll hear all through this experience with me today. She's a touring musician, so we have connections with independent music venues all across, not just this country, but also globally. And my heart goes out to the whole entertainment industry, our wonderful stand-up comedians. Those are the people that really rely on an audience more than anyone. And what would our world be like without those like cosmic divine clowns, that help us to laugh, and our musicians and artists that help us to really connect to the deeper parts of life and help us to uplift and help to alleviate our stress. These are essential parts of a healthy human society. So let's save our stages. If you have the wherewithal, please lend a hand, and everyone can go to their website, click on the button that says, contact Congress, and let them know your concerns. And so if this vibrates and resonates with you, please do try to take a moment to do that with me and with so many others who are working for this important cause. Okay, let's do this. If you're brand new to anything like this is like a Kundalini Yoga style experience. And if it's something you're trying for the first time, beautiful. If you're a long-time practitioner, done it a lot, that's beautiful too. It's just going to meet you kind of right where you're at. Do your best, never risk exacerbating an injury if you have one for some yoga exercise. If you need to modify anything, just modify. No big deal. It's not so much about, can I do these exercises and meditations perfectly from the kind of the posture standpoint. But really what it is what kind of energy can I bring to it? So even if there's something we're doing that you're unable to do physically, could you keep the breath part of it going? Could you keep the mind and the heart connected to what it is that we're doing? And taking this, not a very long amount of time. It's going to go by really quickly. Could you take this time to really, build your vitality, but not build your vitality in just a physical way. Bring your mind into a state of relaxed clarity. That's called the meditative mind. That's where your wisdom flows through. Every one of us, there's no exceptions to this, has innate wisdom. That's intuitive psyche. Now, the question, though, does become, how well are the current conditions, internal conditions, both has to do with our physiology, but also has to do with the mental environment, and what is the connecting point between the environment of our physiology and the mental environment is what the yogis call prana, or life force, or what in the Chinese system is called qi. If you go get an acupuncture needled, that's the level of the organism that they're working with. So these very sophisticated and wonderful yogic exercises, they're sophisticated in the way of the wisdom underneath them is on the balancing, the enlivening, and the enhancing of the life force system, the life force environment, your more subtle nervous system. So if I can make an adjustment at the level of the subtle nervous system, the prana, the qi, then both the mental environment and the physical environment benefit. Everything seems to recalibrate. So in a certain fundamental way, we're going to be bypassing our thinking minds, all our opinions, all our ideas, and we're going to put our attention onto the breath, onto the body rhythm, the breath rhythm together. You'll see in just a moment what I mean. And the mind is certainly going to try to interject. As soon as I start to try to even enter into a meditative zone, well, one of the first things that'll happen is you'll recognize how active the mind really is. So at first it may seem when you're doing these exercises that the mind is less relaxed. But that's just because you're bringing awareness to what's happening a little deeper under the surface, specifically subconsciously. Anytime you start to work with the prana, starts to kind of stir up that deeper subconscious. But that's a positive thing because it's in that layer of our psyche, of the organism, that our habits are born, that the momentum of our habits continue from. So when we're setting an intention for our new year, and it's a very good time to do so right now as we just passed the grand conjunction, Saturn and Jupiter on the winter solstice day. It truly is from a substantive perspective, the dawning of a new era. And we have enough experience now to really back that up. We are definitely entering a new era. We may not understand it completely yet, and we won't fully until we experience more of it. But I think it's going to be full of innovation and full of new life. And it's so important, I believe, that we keep our vitality strong. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual vitality. That's what this class is all about. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual vitality, so that we can rise to the time, and so that we can live in the mystery of life, and to be able to be attuned to what is really going on and what life is asking of us moment to moment, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. If you have a mind, you have a mission. What is the magnitude of that mission? That's the discovery of our lives. What direction does it take? Who do I have to become in order for life to express itself more fully through me? My creativity, my happiness, warmth of the heart, sense of greater and greater awareness, blossoming compassion, all the things that create a prosperous human being. So this is our journey today, and I want to invite you to just close your eyes down and listen to the flow of the breath. And breathe only through your nose. And just try to make your breath a little slower than it currently is, a little deeper than it currently is. And see if you can just hold your awareness on the sound of your breath, the feeling of the body, and meditating on the sound current, pavana. That mantra means carrier, but it means carrier of the life force, carrier of the prana, the chi, the intelligence. It's referring to your breath. Your breath is the carrier of the life force. So when it becomes pavan, it's the natural intelligence that flows to you via your very own breath, the natural wisdom. And as the mind wanders around, acknowledge it as totally cool and bring your awareness back to the breathing. Para. Where does it come from, this pavan, this carrier of the prana? Para. Beyond the beyond. Take the hands into the prayer pose. We're going to formally tune in to begin the practice. Inhale deep. And exhale. It's just like a tuning fork using a sound current to kind of vibrate the higher centers of the psyche, pituitary, pineal gland. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Inhale again. Suspend the breath for a moment. Exhale. Now deep inhale. Gurudev Namo. Om Namo. Gurudev Namo. Om Gurudev Namo. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Just now set a little bit of an intention, good wishes for yourself, for your family, and others for this new year. Who would I like to become? What parts of me would I like amplified, strengthened? What parts of me would I like to take some energy away from? What parts of, not me, but what parts of the psyche's tendencies would I like to take some electricity away from? What habits are no longer serving me? What relationships no longer serving the bigger energy of my life? And then let it be. Come onto the hands and the knees. We're going to start moving in the spine. And again, if you're newer to all this, if some of it's not quite like, oh, what is that all about? Don't worry too much about any of the formalities. That stuff's not that important from the context of learning it. I would suggest, the main thing is, does this resonate? Does this seem like something I'd like to practice more of If so, then all the kind of details and structure of the practice are easy to learn later. Today, let's just have a great experience. Let's move our bodies. We'll start cat-cow. You're going to be inhaling, the head is coming up. And exhale, the head is coming down. Nice smooth rhythm. Breath is through the nose. Breath is always through the nose in this unless we say specifically otherwise, which sometimes we do. But for now, it's not trying to make your deepest stretch possible, but really just making the spine nice and supple, and go at your own pace. Put a little more emphasis on the breathing. As the head is coming up, the inhale through the nose. As the head is coming down, the spine arches, and the pelvis tucks under as the head is coming down. Massages also your digestive system.
Deep meditation, deep as we could ever go. In meditation forever, quiet peace cannot be found.
Another 30 seconds. Keep the rhythm. But deeper the breathing, please. Through the nose, deeper the breath.
And the hungry will stay hungry.
And inhale, the head is up. Suspend the breath. Exhale, the head is down. Arch the spine up. And then come sitting up on your heels. Hands on your lap, chest is lifted, chin is slightly in. And it'll be like this, a spinal flex lifting through your sternum, lifting through the chest, exhaling back like. No, sit, no, sit, no, sit. Yeah. X, in, X, in, X. It's beautiful. Keep going.
Where is the purity in the labyrinth of falsehood? Where is the purity? Where is the purity in the labyrinth of falsehood?
And inhale very deeply. Suspend the breath. Close the eyes down. Gaze the third eye space between the eyebrows. Relax your mind. Exhale. Beautiful. Come sitting easy pose. Okay. Easy pose, cross-legged position. Now, it's the same exercise. Hands on your ankles or shins. Chin is slightly in and the chest is lifted up. Eyes are closed. There's a strength to the core. You're lifting gently through the pelvic floor, rectum, sex organ area. And then you're going to inhale, lift, exhale back like.
Where is the purity? Where is the purity in the labyrinth of falsehood?
It's not a very long breath, but it's deep and strong. It's deeply rhythmic. It's substantively rhythmic breathing. Like you're using the breath to move the life force. Relaxed mind, rhythm breathing. Lifting through the sternum. Sit, nam, sit. Eyes closed, third eye gaze. Inhale deep. Suspend the breath. Lift through the rectum, sex organ, navel. Meditate the third eye between the two eyebrows, where the root of your nose meets the skull bone. Exhale. Now inhale again. Deepest inhale. Suspend the breath. Lift up through the perineum. Draw your navel in. Third eye. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Open your eyes up. Not too spacey, too quick. This all takes some practice if it's brand new to you. But it comes pretty quickly, and even with just endeavoring to work with it some, I think you'll notice pretty right away. It has a nice effect, centering effect, bringing the mind into a more state of clarity. So when we say third eye, it's like relaxing your awareness, relaxing the optic gaze between the two eyebrow space, eyes closed, like that. Hands like this. Chest lifted, lifting again through the pelvic floor. Shoulder blades released down the back. That's a strong core, you know? That's where your vital energy comes from, the core of the body. And then you're gonna inhale left, exhale right, like that. Good, like that. And through the nose, rhythmic breathing, deeply and rhythmic.
Just a glance, you have taken my identity.
25 seconds, keep going. Try to keep the focus on the breathing. Opening up the spinal area, opening up the energy system that moves along the spinal area.
Just a glance.
To the center, inhale deep. Suspend the breath in. Lift through the root lock, rectum, sex organ, navel, third eye gazing. Exhale, relax. Really good. Third eye gazing. Where your attention goes, your energy does flow in that way. So it's just simple. It's not some like hokey pokey thing, you know? It's not some new age thing. These are practices, sciences, really the yogic arts. At least, 5,000 years of a historical kind of building that have kind of created these sciences, and there's many of them. This isn't the only way to do it, but they're very substantive, and when people like, oh, that's woo-woo and that kind of thing, no, it's not. It's deeply substantive, and it has withstood the test of time. Now, how sometimes we present it can be a little woo-woo and all that, for sure. But we try to keep it real and keep it genuine, and to really work to understand things experientially, not just based on some philosophy. But let's see if this is does what it says it does. That's the only real way to learn. Hands on the knees. And you're gonna be inhale, shoulders up, exhale, release like this, like. Every exhale, just let them drop. Let the stress go. It can also go double that time, like inhale. And squeeze out the tension, upper neck, shoulders. Exhale. Lord knows we have plenty of tension accumulated over the last 12 months, What a trip. Heart lifted, just gentle neck roll. Relax your jaw and your tongue as you do so. Very gentle, very relaxed. Opening up the channels from the base of the spine, now up into the cervical spine, so that more subtle energy can move through the system. Greater intuitive energy, greater clarity, equanimity of the mind, creativity. Other direction. And inhale, center. Perfect. Exhale. Now stretch your legs out wide. Just a couple more of these warm-up exercises, and then we move into these really wonderful kriyas. All right, inhale, center. Turn to the left, exhale down. Inhale up, turn the other side, exhale down. Every inhale, fill the lungs. Don't worry about touching your toes if your body can't get there. Just lead with your navel and your heart, and every inhale, fill the breath. Fill the lungs.
In just a glance, in just a
Now please, a little deeper the breathing. Every inhale, fill your lungs.
in just a glance.
It's like a compassion for your own body. Breathe very deep.
In just a glance.
Compassion for your own mind, to allow it to relax as best as we can.
In love.
And inhale, center. And then exhale, just kind of gently fold forward. Flex your feet. Bring the energy into your toes. Engage your toes and feet. Flex the feet. And relax the groin area. And breathe long and deep. Tuck your chin in. Extend out through the crown some. Breathe long, slow, and deep. Close your eyes down. And as you're actively and deeply breathing through the nose, draw your attention third eye, where the root of the nose meets the skull bone, pituitary point. Relax the gaze and the attention into that area. As you move the breath long, slow, deep. And inhale and relax. Shake your legs out some. Perfect. Okay, here we go. All this so far has been Simrit's album. It's called When We Return. Simrit, S-I-M-R-I-T. Okay. This next, any sisters, if you're on your moon period right now, or pregnant, then when we're doing like breath of fire type exercises, just do long, deep breathing instead. You know what I mean? Next sequence here, a couple sequences for this journey. We're moving into really kind of transporting part of the sessions. And what we're going to be doing in this first sequence is really kind of developing or cultivating the deeper vitality that we can access through the navel, below your diaphragm. So when we say navel, we don't mean the belly button, just below it from the yogic context. So in this case, with a breath of fire, it'll be like this. Exhale and inhale are equalized, like that. Try it. Take an inhale through the nose. And then keep your chest lifted up, your chin slightly in. Close the eyes down and try to keep the face relaxed. Try to keep the mind relaxed with the breath rhythm. Inhale and exhale. Good. Take some practice. Now this time, the tongue is stretched out like a panting breath, like a dog's panting, or like a lion's breath in the same rhythm though. This is as good of a thing that I know for the stimulating immune intelligence, especially cold and flu season, first sign of the cold, all that kind of stuff. But in general, through difficult times where there's greater stress on us, we would need a little more immune vitality. So tongue is out, and it would be like a panting, like a index finger to your thumb, both hands, palms facing up, and then that panting, like keep going. Chest, heart wide open. Inhale deep. And exhale. Now one more time. Tongue comes out in the panting. Like that, like with the rhythm. Now keep doing it, but close the mouth, do it through the nose. It's a substantive rhythm, it has depth, the breath. And once you've got it, bring your mind into a relaxed space as you continue. Endeavor. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Third eye gaze. Lift the root lock, rectum, sex organ. Navel draws up and in. Mind equanimity. Emptied like a vessel. And exhale. Very beautiful. Okay, now we'll try it within context. Stretch pose, you're gonna come onto your backs. And again, sisters, if you're pregnant, if you're on your moon period, just relax on your back during this navel exercise like this. But you do it on other days if you feel like you want to. Nothing I know better for developing that deeper core vitality in the navel as in terms of like an everyday simple exercise. We're going only 60 seconds, tops in this case. But if you can get to the point where you can get 60 to 120 seconds on the daily, you'll notice how different your energy, vitality levels are. Okay? Now, Heather can demonstrate your legs will come up about 6 to 12 inches and the head up 6 to 12 inches. You keep your chest sternum lifted. Yep, hands by the side, palms facing. Bring energy into your fingers and it'll be there. That powerful breath through the nose. Good, relax. Now you can also put your hands underneath your butt in fists to support your lower back if it feels like your body wants that right now. Otherwise, eventually you'll not have to do that with some consistency, but for now that's totally fine. So first take a deep inhale and fully exhale. And then one more time, deep inhale. Fully exhale. Come into the posture. Inhale deep. Breath of fire. Deep and substantive rhythm with the rhythm. Eyes on your toes. Concentrate on the breath. Concentrate on building the energy. The navel building. "15 seconds, go." Suspend the breath, pull the perineum in, rectum, sex organ. Now the navel, just below the belly button. Draw it in. Inhale some more. Draw in the belly button. Draw in the navel. Draw it in deeper so it shakes deeper. Relax. Exhale. Good. Really relax for a moment. Let your arms out some. Let your legs out some. Let your mind relax. Your jaw and your tongue relax. Like you're just melting into the magnetic field of Mother Earth. Your electromagnetic field, which you do have, is the vibratory energy of the human organism, not just the body, the mind. It's energy, the prana, life force. So it's building the type of magnetic field, magnetism, that allow us to live the life we wish to live. It's one thing to wish it. It's one thing to set the intent. It's another thing to actively work to develop the conditions that will help that our well wishes, our good wishes, to start to become more and more of an embodied reality, embodied experience, consistency. Hug the knees to the chest. Bring the nose up towards the knees. And you're gonna inhale and relax the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale deep, squeeze up tight, and up tight. Exhale, relax. Relax all the way down for a moment. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock and roll on the spine. Inhales, you rock forward. Exhales, you rock back. Come up, easy pose. Your thumbs are going to be stretched out. Fingers are tucked in. Like that. Arms are going to come up to 60 degrees. Chest lifted. You'll be here 3 minutes. Okay. Eyes will close down, heart wide open. Inhaling deeply. And we'll begin the breath of fire. Heart wide open, a feeling of the deeper arousal of compassion in the heart center. Keep going. At a certain point, you'll feel like you can't keep going or don't want to keep going, or it'll be very difficult to keep going. At that point, deepen your concentration on the breath rhythm, on the building and lifting of the energy. Gaze of the third eye, openness of the heart, extension through your arms, third eye gaze, strengthening the magnetic field. Keep going. You'll tap a deeper reservoir of vitality. You just go through the threshold where the mind becomes pressured. "30 seconds.
In this life, I had many chances.
Inhale.
In
Bring your
all
thumb
that
tips touching above the head. Open the fingers. Make them like steel. Bring the energy into the fingers. Stretch through the spine. Release the shoulders. Touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Hold the position and exhale. Deep inhale. Stretch up through the spine. Stretch through the spine. Gaze the third eye. Hold the position, exhale. Deeper the inhale. Stretch up through the spine. And then sweep through the arms, exhale. Beautiful. Just meditate for a moment. Awareness to the third eye space. Breath flowing long and deep. Inhale deep and exhale. Great job. Good. Open the eyes up. Have a little sip of water. Stretch your legs out. Awesome. Okay, final little stretch here. What are we about? 15 minutes left? 25 left? Oh, how'd I mix that up? Cool. Okay. Perfect. Great. So we're going through this sequence, these meditations. First one's pretty active. Any of this stuff can be really difficult, but it's not again, it's not so difficult that we can't give it a try. And the more you do it, the more people think that sometimes it's like holding the arms for 3 minutes like that is a muscular thing. It's not a muscular thing. Sometimes you'll get, us fellas will have be like ripped and like, this ain't happening. It's something else. And first of all, normally the muscles that we are using aren't being used in that particular way. But, a simple exercise such as that, as best as we can, endeavoring to concentrate the gaze and the third eye, the more you practice that, better your concentration becomes. Better your concentration becomes doing something like this. Better your concentration becomes in all the other aspects of your life that you really care about. We can concentrate when we're doing something we really care about, when whatever it is that we're really here to do becomes aligned with more of our activities in life, and I don't mean your work and your occupation, and I'm a teacher, and Vivi's a DJ, and Simrat's a singer, etc. I mean something even deeper than that, something more substantive than the vehicles through which our purpose moves, And so those vehicles are glorious, when we find a vehicle that helps to, an activity, an occupation. Doesn't have to be what we do for money. It can be. When we find more and more activities that do act as good vehicles for the deeper flow of creativity and purpose, now we're in business. Now, no matter what's going on in the times, we're going to be able to rise to the times. We're going to be able to innovate in our own life. And if we're all innovating in our own life more and more of us at least, and that, no matter what our deeper sense of purpose is, it always has to do with upliftment. It always has to do with serving life itself, serving beings, serving creativity, being a good vessel for love, being a good vessel for greater intelligence and warm-heartedness, etc. So in this sequence, a little bit difficult, but that's okay. Do your best. And again, you hit often these thresholds in these where it's like, I can't do it anymore. It's like, or it feels very, pressure on the psyche, pressure on the body. If you can breathe into it, even if you aren't able to maintain the posture, maybe you would be able to. Either way, breathe into it and try to relax into it and try not to fight it. Try to allow it to be. If it's difficult, allow it to be difficult. It's not a sign of anything you're doing improperly, This is different than injuries. I'm not talking about if I have injuries in my arms and we're doing an exercise like this. Okay? So here we go. This first part is more energetic. The second part is deeply meditative. And what you're going to be doing is an O-shaped mouth with the breath. And the breath is coming in and out, a puckered O-shaped mouth, okay? And you're going to be doing it to the rhythm of this mantra. It's called the Tantric Hud. And what's going to be happening, you're going to inhale and the hands go over the head, left hand sitting on top of the right. And then you're going to exhale, the hands come back down. So they start here, palms facing up, kind of like above the knee area. And when you inhale, hands come up, left hand is sitting on top of your right. And when you exhale, hands come back down to the starting position. Heart is open, eyes closed, third eye. Okay? And so it'll be like that. Every exhale, it's like a cannon fire almost, It's not, it's like a blast of an exhale through the puckered mouth, puckered lips. Use your navel and your diaphragm to assist the force of your exhalation. And every inhale is deep, really drawing the breath in as much as possible within the timed rhythm. Third eye. It opens the pranic system. It purifies the density of the psyche, density of the mind, obstructions of the mind, which naturally strengthens your brightness, your radiance, luminosity, wisdom. When your innate energy can express itself more easily through the mind-body. With the rhythm, powerful breathing, meditative mind. certain point where you'll feel like you can't keep going. At that point, deeper the concentration, deepen the breathing, and renew the commitment, third eye gaze, building your energy, purifying the density of the mind and the body. Brightening, brightening. You'll tap a reservoir of deeper vitality, and it'll open up. Meditative mind. Give it a chance. Final moments. Refocus. Inhale. Stretch up. Interlock your hands, palms facing down. Like this. Stretch up. Release the shoulders. Lift through the core, pelvic floor, rectum, sex organ, navel. And stretch up, up, up. Stretch around. And through the mouth like a cannon. Exhale. Inhale. Stretch up. Stretch. Stretch around. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Stretch up. Stretch up. And relax. Exhale. Just for a few moments, either stay in a meditative position or come lying down onto your backs and relax in that position. And deeply relax. And inhale deeply. And exhale. If you're on your back, hug your knees up into your chest. And when you're ready, rock and roll a couple times and come sitting up. Final meditation. Your hands will be in like this, as Jupiter, Saturn, index and middle finger. Jupiter, the great expanding. Saturn, the great kind of constricting. We're in a very Saturnian time, so when we bring more Jupiter energy into it, it does help us. But also to harmonize our relationship with the more colder, constrictive, because there's goodness in that as well. It teaches us what we need to learn in order to grow, in order to be happier. It shows us our deeper karma, our deeper tendencies. It's not easy, often it's very painful, in fact. But it's so important that we hold that perspective, and that's what this helps us to do. And that's everything, really. So you're holding your pinky and ring, Mercury and Sun, down with your thumb. So index, middle, like that. And so then with your left two fingers, you touch the sternum, center of the chest, heart center. And with the right hand, you hold it like so, the height of the ear, like you're taking an oath or giving a blessing. But it's a very beautiful posture, and you hold it with a sense of stature, regal, solid, beautiful, radiance. And through the nose, you begin to make the breath go long, slow, and deep. Eyes closed, into the third eye. And in this position, stay as still as possible, like a statue or like an antenna, like an emptied vessel for the energy of intelligence, of goodness, love, sweetness, warmth, compassion, wisdom. And as you do so, as you inhale, imagine the breath is drawing the life force into the third eye space between the eyebrows, where the root of the nose meets the skull bone. And as you exhale, imagine the breath is drawing the life force into the center of the chest, heart chakra, Venus, where your two fingers touch. And with every inhale, drawing the prana into the third eye. And with every exhale, drawing it back into the heart. The mind wanders around, which it likely will. Notice it, cool, and then back to the process. meditative, deep breath. A little over a minute. Continue keeping your concentration on the breath pattern. And hold the position. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath in. Be very still like an emptied vessel. Equanimity of the mind. And hold the position and exhale. And deepest inhale. And come into the emptied space like an emptied vessel. With all your intent and well wishes, allowing them to just kind of travel into the space, an etheric space of sound, and where things do manifest. Hold the position, exhale, inhale, suspend the breath, empty space. And relax, exhale. Take the hands into the prayer pose. And anytime we do something where there's some good benefit to us, or potentially so, we make sure to also have that genuine wish that those who may be really suffering and not have the opportunity to do things that will help them, that we give what they call is dedicating the merit to all beings, particularly those suffering, which is all of us. Okay? Satnam. Thank you all so much. And I would love to keep it in touch. If we're not already connected on the regular, please do. If you enjoyed this resonates with you. In just a few days, we're starting a 40-day meditation challenge that does those 2 meditations we just did. We're going to do them every day for 40 days as part of our Life Force Academy. So best thing is to follow me on Instagram, Jaideve108, JAIDEV108. All of it's there. And either way, connect with me there if you want to stay connected. I run my own Instagram. I try to get to as many people as possible who send messages and comments, and so would love to connect. And thanks so much, everyone. Thank you, Vivi. Thank you, Abracadabra. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of this awesome, beautiful event. And save our stages, please. Thank you to our Life Force Academy team. Stay in touch, everyone. Lots of love. Happy New Year.
Welcome to Abracadabra TV.
Live exclusively on Twitch.